My name is Ellie Inslee, and I'm a landscape architect and natural habitat restoration specialist associated with the Sonoma Ecology Center. Together with the UC Master Gardener Program and the Habitat Corridor Project, we've created the Resilient Landscapes Coalition. In this video with Supervisor Gore, we offer plant selection recommendations emphasizing beautiful, lower maintenance native plants that invite beneficial wildlife back into the garden. And we provide design and maintenance techniques that reduce fire fuel loads, creating fire breaks that help protect the home. Our team includes Mimi Enright of the UC Master Gardener Program and April Owens from the Habitat Corridor Project.
My name is Mimi Enright, and I'm the Program Manager for the UC Master Gardener Program of Sonoma County. The information we are sharing in partnership with Sonoma Ecology Center and Habitat Corridor Project has specific recommendations for the different zones of defensible space around your home. Our goal is to marry sustainable landscape principles with fire-wise landscaping. Why is this important? Our climate is changing, and so are our landscapes. Each property can and should make a difference in supporting biodiversity and being prepared for future fires. Each of us needs to make some decisions to be better prepared as we move ahead. We break down recommendations for the 0 to 5 foot, 5 to 30 foot, and 30 to 100 foot zones around your home. Resilient garden design is about plant selection and placement, overall garden design with hardscape elements, and maintenance. And we hope all this is done with a lens of sustainability about retaining water on your property, conserving water and energy, supporting wildlife, and sequestering carbon. So stay tuned for our first in a series of videos with Supervisor James Gore as we make resilient landscaping recommendations for his property.
Hey everybody, this is Sonoma County Supervisor James Gore out on my property today with April Owens. And the goal here is to make our houses fire resilient, to move them more towards the natural topography, to not have a lot of plants from outside of the area that you got to irrigate forever, to move towards natives, create habitat and pollination, and have really my landscape, like here on my property where I got some space, actually be a part of the landscape that it's in. And I'm super excited to learn from you, so I want to pass it over and tell us about the coalition and what we're going to do today.
I'm April Owens, and I'm the Executive Director of the Habitat Corridor Project, and we do 100% California native gardens. Our website has free plans online, habitatcorridorproject.org, but I got lucky and got to become a part of this Resilient Landscapes Coalition, and we are a group between the UC Master Gardeners, Ellie Inslee from Sonoma Ecology Center, and Mimi Enright from the Master Gardeners. All of us got together and we were providing free workshops for COPE groups and Firewise communities that want to learn more about making their house more resilient, which means resilience means using natives, considering drought, considering fire, because we live in California, we can't exclude any of those pieces.
We've gone from drought to flood to firestorm to flood to fire. Now we're in a pandemic, but what that shows us is that we have to own our own place in the future. We got to set up our landscape to fit it and everything else. I'm on a well back here. I have to be cognizant that I'm pulling out of groundwater. I got to be cognizant that I can't, just everything that I pull out affects other people, right? So we're starting on just a corner here. This is one corner of my house. I got a beautiful Meyer lemon tree, some of the best lemons I've ever had in my life. I've really tried to cut out some stuff and get under the eaves. I had a fire marshal, Marshall Turbeville, come over and really go through, tell me where I was good and bad, and told me to move my my wood pile and other things. But do you want to start and just kind of work through and tell me what you think about this corner to start with?
In the 0 to 5, as you found with your inspection, which was a great video that people should go back and watch from, when was that, August?
Yeah.
But that was really fun to watch, like that you don't have to have nothing in your 0 to 5. Like if your grandma's favorite lilac, you know, is just in one corner, as long as you are creating you know, getting rid of most of the material around your house in this 0 to 3, 0 to 5. And especially this time of year, like these are all gorgeous, these plants in the wet season, but right now when things are really dry, it's just a great time to think fire is coming. Let's clean up around the house. We don't recommend mulch within that 0 to 3. And so mulch is something that people do get curious about, because, like, you know, to save water, you want to use some arbor mulch or some kind of mulch, but for fire, you want at least always 2 inches or less of the mulch, and you want to keep it out of that 0 to 3, 0 to 5 foot zone.
So the first thing is on my checklist is that I need to reconsider all this mulch here,
Yes.
but especially my 0 to 5. I should have pebbles or crushed granite or something there. Does that
Absolutely.
sound?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We use a lot of pebble, so just like 1.5 inch pebble that you can get for locally from the landscape materials yards, or like on the other side of your house, you have some drain rock out there, which
Okay.
works really well too, depending on budget. But it just cleans up the place. You
Right.
can put some landscape fabric under there if you want, or just put the pebble down. But yeah, mulch is a key
Okay.
piece in that, and then that cleans everything up. So under your plants, it looks really nice here too.
These flowers are gorgeous, but then
Yeah.
when the flowers are gone, they're gone. Should I cut all this and clean up all this, and will they grow back next year even if I cut them down to the ground?
What I would suggest, even think about it with your camellia, because you had said that it really blooms beautifully. Like think about maybe relocating these
Okay.
things. These are bulbs. Both of these plants grow from like a bulb base.
Mhm.
So you could relocate them to a shadier spot out of your 30-foot
Okay.
zone, and
Yeah.
so then you could only in the 0 to 5, 5 to 30. You can just think about like really maximizing your landscape.
And when you say relocate, do you mean I plant a new camellia somewhere else and take this one down? Because there's some trees that you will root ball and dig them up and actual move them. Would you do that with a tree like this?
I've found that camellias really do transplant really well. It's just one of those plants that actually do
Okay.
transplant well, and
Cool.
these will too. I think these are lilies or some kind of calla lily type thing. And you can keep your grape and your wonderful Meyer lemon.
Oh, it's so nice.
You know, like that's nothing wrong. You can keep it kind of thinned out.
Yep.
And the key is well hydrated, well maintained plants. So
Okay.
plants aren't what cause fires. I mean, there's some key plants that do, you know, like junipers and rosemary. Older
Mhm.
ones can be really fire.
Juniper. You're not
Yeah.
supposed to have
No
juniper in Sonoma
juniper.
County.
Yeah. I've been
And,
seeing it around again, and
yeah. Well, that's cool. So we have this nice corner here. I should consider moving my camellia. I should cut these and relocate the bulbs to somewhere that's not just the hot corner of my yard next to my
Yeah.
house. Thin out my Meyer lemon tree, and definitely put pebbles 0 to 5. But should I consider moving all this tan bark out and moving it all over to pebbles? Do you think in an area like
think
this, or?
Yeah, I really think it would look really nice
Mm-hmm.
aesthetically, coming from a design perspective, because you can just clean this all up and keep it
Yeah.
all nice. You know, I think we typically use arbor mulch. So it's a recycled product that's been kind of composted.
Mhm.
But those are the pebbles.
Like
Yeah,
these,
those are
right?
what I use typically, and it's a really beautiful, clean way to make things
Yeah,
nice.
because I also like that, because part of the like we run around with bare feet a lot, so I'm
Uh-huh.
always trying to figure out. I've been on some people's property where their crushed granite was way nicer than on mine, and sticking in your feet, and then
those don't
it's kind of all
stick in your
different.
feet. So
Yeah.
that's really nice, because it is, you know, when you're tracking in decomposed granite or like smaller crushed rock, you know, that's another option. It's like a Trinity crushed, like 3/8 inch minus rock. It compacts really well. So that's
Uh-huh.
another great rock that is
Super cool.
used a lot.
Also-
Alternatively, you could have a little slice out of your 5 foot and do a little bit of habitat in here, some like
Yeah.
ground cover, like
Yeah.
California lilac or something really pretty,
Yeah.
like a salvia, you know, if
Okay.
you wanted to soften that up. You
Okay.
could also do succulents in your rock.
So this is a good idea. You gave me some ideas for this. You want to go to another part of the yard?
Sure, that sounds great.
Okay.